This is a video about replacing the two belts on the Philips DCC600 digital compact cassette recorder. The belt that's responsible for the drawer opening and closing often fails, and when I tried to demonstrate it here, it worked every time, but in normal operation it failed often, so it definitely needs replacing, and these are the two belts that need replacing. This is the thick one, this is for the capstan, and the small one, this one is for the belt drawer. Okay, when I opened the unit there was still a cassette inside, as you can see, so I could not really do much with the belt at that time, so I just pulled out the cassette by hand like this. And this is also a good demonstration of how the cassette drawer mechanism works. It first lifts the cassette up and then it ejects the drawer, and it's all done by that wheel that I'm turning with my thumb. And when this belt is old and loose, the drawer has too much friction, and it just won't grab the belt, so the drawer just doesn't open, and then there's an error displayed. Okay, so remember that this hidden screw behind the front of the drawer, I don't know if you saw it in the last piece with the Benny Hill music. Anyway, it's very essential to get this unit out. Now you see I'm pulling all the wires, and then it's loose. You can clearly see the two capstans there, and this is the belt that drives the capstan. It's actually in a rather strange curve, because the capstans, of course, turn in different directions. It's not a a strict dual capstan. It's just one turns in one direction and the other turns in the other direction, and constantly, but only one pinch roller is engaged at one time, so the reversing of the tape direction goes very fast. So as you can see, the capstans are held in place by this black cover, and that black cover is very difficult to remove, and you also have to be very careful that that you don't break it when you remove it. So I advise you to study it very carefully and make sure that the knobs and the tabs and all the plastic bits don't break. You have to do what I did, just lift it a little bit and then it comes out. But then again, it's still attached to the other side, and be very careful not to break anything. I must admit, I broke one. Fortunately, it still works very good, but I advise you to be very careful. Also, where I'm fiddling now, don't just yank it off, it will break. Be very delicate and be very patient. So that's one. Just remember that it's the right one. And now we start with the left one. Principle is the same. Okay, I'm not demonstrating this very handy because my hands are constant in the way, but yeah, you have to see it anyway for yourself when you're doing it. So this is the best I could do without filming it in a professional way. This is just me. Actually, the best way to do this is with two screwdrivers at the same time, each in one hand. Okay, now both the covers are off, and then you can immediately see that the pinch rollers, which are attached to these discs that I'm pointing at now, they are very loose. They have to be fixed with these black covers that I've just extracted. Now I'm extracting the belt, and the belts are always too far stretched, so well, it just doesn't work anymore. So you can take out these wheels with the capstan underneath. That's the capstan that you see there, that iron pointy thing. It's the capstan that extends all the way into where the cassette is. And after, well, all these decks are from the 90s. After 20-30 years, well, there is a lot of dirt on these discs and on the capstan and on the motor pulley. So I'm gonna clean that now. So on all the contact surfaces where the old belt was running on these discs, I'm cleaning that now. But first I'm cleaning the capstans because, well, when the previous owner, for instance, has played a normal analog audio tape with it, there's bound to be some very dirty capstans. And fortunately the DCC cassettes themselves are inside their case, and they don't get as dirty, but nevertheless it's also advisable when you have cleaned this, don't play analog cassettes anymore, unless you want to do this every time. Actually, it is a good idea to play your analog cassettes with it, because they sound so very good. The head inside the DCC recorder is for special kind that plays the analog tapes very, very well. Here you see me clean these surfaces where the belt was running along, and as you can see that the cotton swab is immediately very dirty. So with the new belt and these cleaned surfaces, the tape will be running very smoothly. This one also. So just to elaborate on the analog cassettes, yes, the heads are very, very good. They are not the normal type heads. They are MR heads, magneto-resistive heads. I'm not sure if I say it correctly, but anyway, the technique is very good, and it gives very good response for analog tapes. But because the tape in analog cassettes is a totally different kind of the DCC, probably your head will get dirty very, very quick. Okay, I'm putting back the capstans, and oh, I forgot to clean the motor pulley, of course. That's also very dirty from running this old belt. And I always think that the grippier the better. I clean this with isopropanol alcohol or IPA, but you can also use regular alcohol, but always use denaturated alcohol. Okay, this is a bit a tricky part. Since I made this video, I have done several more, so I'm a bit handier now than I was when I did the video. That was only my second or third time I did it, and that was a long time ago. So here I am putting the belt back. The belt goes along the left wheel and against the right wheel. This video is an edit of two separate videos, so this is probably a better way to do it. So it should go around the left one, as I said, then along the right one, and then to the capstan motor pulley. And it's all very loose. The capstan wheel and the wheels will be very loose. They will only get settled with the black cover that needs to be clicked back on. Okay, as you can see, I have put the black covers back on the capstan wheels, and now I am doing the on the side the belt that's responsible for the drawer. Again, cleaning the motor pulley with alcohol and cleaning that wheel. I always want things to be very clean. I don't want those dirty surfaces to make my new shiny new belt dirty again. So yeah, this video could have been sped up some more. Well, anyway, it's a bit fiddly all to do. But in the end I managed to put the belt back on. You always have a bit too big fingers for what you want to do. Okay, that was it. Well, just do the same thing that you just saw, but then in the opposite order, and that will work. Thank you very much for watching.